In the last couple of videos, we've been learning about some new topics in the world of React, including classes, state, and lifecycle methods. And in that process, we've learned a lot, but we've also gotten away from really moving our application forward and developing it out. So in this section, I want to start to get back on track. Remember that we've already created a component called season display. So in this video, I want to import the season display into the index.js file. And then down inside the render method, rather than printing out the latitude right there, I want to show the season display instead. Remember, the goal here is not to show the user their latitude. The goal is to show the current season, either summer or winter. So to get started, at the very top of the index.js file, I'm going to import season display from season display, like so. Remember, we already created that component and it's inside the same directory, which is why we use the / right there. So now down inside of my render method, I'm going to find where we are currently printing out the latitude, and I'm going to remove that. I'm going to instead create an instance of the season display component. Now when we create this thing, we need to tell the season display what the latitude of our user is. And then it will be up to the season display to figure out whether or not it is summer or winter and adjust its styling appropriately. So we have to take our latitude, which remember is stored inside of our state object, and somehow get that property, get that value of state down into the season display component. To do so, we're going to use the same prop system that we've already taken a look at in one of the earlier applications we put together. So I'm going to add on a new prop with a name of simply lat, again, short for latitude. And then I will assign it a value of this.state.lat. So we are taking a property from the state on the app component and passing it as a prop down into the season display. And this is where the two systems of props and state start to get just a little bit confusing. So to make sure that things are really clear right here, yes, we can take state from one component and pass it as a prop down to the child. In this case, the season display. So now the season display is going to be very closely linked with the app component. Anytime that we call setState inside of the parent component of app and update the latitude, the app component is going to re-render itself. Remember, anytime we call setState, the component updates itself. That's going to cause the season display to be updated as well. Because if that latitude property right there changes, the new latitude value is going to be put into season display, and season display will be re-rendered as well. So at this point, I've been saying many times, anytime we call setState, the component re-renders itself. But in addition, the component will also re-render any children that it is showing as well. We'll see some good examples of this over time. For now, let's flip on over to our season display component. So here's the season display file. Remember, anytime that we pass a prop into a functional component, it's going to show up inside of an object that is the first argument to that functional component. And we always refer to it as props. So inside of that object, there should be a lat property that contains our user's latitude. Just to make sure that it is there, I'm going to do a console log of props.lat, like so. And then I'm going to save this and check out the browser and just make sure that the latitude is correctly showing up inside of the season display. So once I flip back over here, I can very easily see, yep, I got the console log there. That means that the season display is being told what the current latitude is. So now that we've got that latitude, we're going to start to write some code inside of this component to make sure that we can determine whether or not it is summer or winter, also depending upon the month, which we have to figure out here as well. So let's take a quick pause right here. When we come back to the next section, we'll start to write out some code to determine the current month, and then use the latitude and the current month to decide whether or not it is summer or winter. So quick pause, I'll see you in just a minute.